Okay, people, so another Dragon Ball discussion. This is going to be focusing mainly on my predictions and certain power scalings, tournament of power. And the thing about Dragon Ball Super is you can literally find hours upon hours talking about certain topics in Dragon Ball Super. It's kind of like One Piece in a way. The same applies to One Piece. You can spend hours talking about Devil Fruit related discussions, the outcome of the tournament of power, and certain power scalings before the tournament of power, and by the time we reach the tournament of power, by the conclusion, I'm going to give you my predictions of where I think certain fighters are going to be ranked up in certain universes. Now, I'm only going to use two examples, Universe 6 and Universe 7. Now, I know Universe 3, judging from the preview, is the only team that we know of with kind of the all warriors assigned for the tournament of power. Granted, they're in silhouette, and I do think a lot, if not all of them, are pretty much machine-type warriors, which is cool, because it's diversity. The same way I think Universe 2 is going to have like an all-female team, which I think would be cool, which is definitely going to be a weakness to Master Roshi, no doubt about it. Again, with Brianne, the cute base form into the Teletubby mode, there would be no point in introducing that if that's not going to be used in the Tournament of Power, and I think Roshi's going to be the victim of it. That said, Universe 6, as of right now, is the only team, aside from Universe 7, with most, if not all, of their prime players in play. And there may be some more, but I'm pretty sure 10 fighters are pretty much gathered. So, and yes, I know Universe 11 are probably going to be the biggest threat, at least with Jiren. But my predictions lie across who's going to be the final fighters, not the final team, the final fighters. When it boils down to nut cutting time and we're down to the final 10, I'm going to give you my prediction of who I think those 10 fighters are going to be. When it comes to the power scaling of Dragon Ball Super, can we agree? We have the lower tier, mid tier, and top tier. As of right now, can we agree that in the lower tier, as of right now, and I know the preview, I know there's controversy between 18 and Krillin, but to be honest with you, leaving the team, I don't buy that a bit. I don't buy that at all. The same reason. One, how they're going to find two replacements. They've already got Boo out commission. Do you really think they're going to have enough time to pull out two more fighters to replace 18 and Krillin? And to be honest, if that were the case, I'd wish it was Goten and Trunks, but I don't think that's happening. So then in the power scaling, you have the lower tier, mid tier, and top tier. Can we agree? The lower tier goes like this: Roshi, Tien, Krillin. Can we agree on that? Maybe Krillin will step into mid-tier if he gets power boost. That's a possibility, but as of right now, he's probably a low tier, and I'm being generous. So, and I know he kind of went toe-to-toe with Goku in Super Saiyan 4, but listen, there's a difference between power scaling and strategy involved fights. Krillin used strategy involved to beat Gohan. He used the ring out as if way to beating Gohan. He used the solar flare, and then he used the out of bounds to defeat Gohan. So power scaling isn't everything, but it goes a long way, especially in Dragon Balls. There's the lower tier. Mid tier, I would say 18, Piccolo. As of right now, I'd say 17, but I'm not too sure. Again, he did go head to head with Goku in Super Saiyan Blue, but again, neither of those two were going all out. But as of right now, I would say 17 is the question mark in between top tier and mid tier. Now, if you haven't, for whatever reason, seen the spoilers, that's fine. If you don't want to be spoiled in any way, you can drop this video right now. Can we agree? The top tier goes like this: Frieza, Gohan, Vegeta, Goku. Can we agree on that? Because as of right now, that's the way the rankings are for Universe 7. When it comes to Universe 6, that's a lot more complex because there's a lot we don't know about certain fighters. We know what's going to happen with certain fighters, but we don't know how things are. In terms of what they can do, we really don't know. So, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the power scale of Universe 6. In my opinion, it goes like this: Bergamo, Magetta, I would say they would be low tier. Would it be a fair assessment to say lower tier? Because as of right now, I would say so. Then it goes mid tier. As of right now, Kale, Caulifla, who's about to go Super Saiyan, the first female Super Saiyan, Frost. Top tier, I would say hit, without question. Without question. Now, that's going to change at the Tournament of Power. And the reason why I'm saying Super Saiyan Caulifla is because I know she's going Super Saiyan, and it's a big thing for the Dragon Ball series. the first female Super Saiyan, but we really don't know in terms of power scale what she can bring to the table. I hope she can kick ass, but we really don't know. Secondly, even if she can go Super Saiyan, will it be as strong as Kabe? Because remember, he's Super Saiyan as well, and he's pretty powerful. In fact, in Super Saiyan mode, he's given Vegeta a run for his money, basically. Obviously, he went Super Saiyan Blue, and that was the end of the power scaling. And that's why I would say, as of right now, the Caulifla and Kabe may be equal. That may change. It probably will, especially when Kale ends up going Super Saiyan into the Berserk Super Saiyan mode. She may even step into top tier, but I would say Frost is an anomaly considering the fact that he got one shot by Vegeta, and he's been on the rim ever since. So he hasn't really had a chance to train. His spirit's the only thing that's gotten stronger because of being on the run and not wanting to die. That's the only thing that's improved. In terms of power scaling, not so much because he couldn't even lay a finger or a tail on Hit. So I would say their mid tier, top tier goes Hit, obviously for obvious reasons. Now that when it comes to like the rules, I think it's in the structure of the tournament first before you make your predictions on the power scaling, because as it was addressed in this episode of Dragon Ball Super, even though we know who the lower tier teams are in this tournament when it comes to rank, it goes like Universe 9. Then I kind of made a prediction saying Goku may end up pulling this out, and we know for a fact that by the end of I think it's fair to say that Universe 7 is, by the end of this, regardless of who it is, will pull it out in the end. Rank and power doesn't really have a whole lot of things to do. It may not apply to the outcome of the tournament, but it does go a long way. And obviously, it can be cool at times to see power scalings, and people getting power boosts. I've seen people making theories for days about certain characters who's going to get power boosts. We know two who's guaranteed to go into a new mode. That's Caulifla and Kale as of right now. So when it comes to the structure of the tournament, we can agree on two things. One, killing is forbidden, and number two, ring outs is where it counts. So it doesn't really have to do with how powerful you are. It goes a long way, but it's not everything. And Krillin trying to ring out on Goku, that's actually what forced him to go into Super Saiyan Blue. Although I'd argue if he got forced because he was expecting Goku to go all out anyway. So obviously a huge complaint about that, but the bottom line is Krillin did try to cause a ring out on Goku. That's going to have an effect. I think I would not be surprised if somebody actually decided to destroy a layer of the platform to cause a ring out. I think that's actually going to happen. So since Krillin tried to do it to not only Gohan but also Goku as well, I wouldn't be surprised. When it comes to like the no killing aspect of it, that kind of nerfs two people in that regard, actually three, because we know that Frieza's going to be a part of Team Universe 7 eventually. Frost, he can't use his poison needle, so we're going to have to find out what he can do without them, so he can't kill anybody. Hit is an assassin. He's at his best when he can try and kill his opponent, but since he can't, he's kind of nerfed in that regard. So you have to take that into consideration too. There's going to be no killing involved. I do think there's going to be some betrayals in the ranks. And in fact, I would not be surprised if certain universes actually decided to ally, because I do think that was kind of foreshadowed in the previous tournament when Beerus decided to use the Wish to help out Universe 6 and Champa. So do not be surprised if alliances occur from Universe 6 and Universe 7. However, Gohan out of Universe 7 has the biggest role to play because he's the team leader, and he's obviously got the aspirations of reaching a new form, an ultimate form that nobody's seen, and he's going to do it in his own way, unlike the methods that usually Goku and Vegeta imply. What happens to Gohan is going to be a different method than what Goku and Vegeta usually do. Now, when you make assumptions, I think it's easy to say those three Saiyans are going to be in the final 10, no doubt about it. It doesn't matter which order they go out in, they are definitely going to be within the final 10 fighters, and I can totally see it come down to the last 10. So I'm going to give my predictions of who I think. Now, again, there's not a lot we can go on when it comes to the other universes because we haven't really seen a whole lot. We know who the prime players are, but we don't know what to expect in terms of what they can do. So we only know Brianne from Universe 2. Universe 2 is pretty much the opposite to Universe 11, which is the Universe 3 all-type machine 3, from what we can tell from the preview. And in fact, actually, Universe 2, when it comes to that, I'm pretty sure the God of Destruction, Healy's, the female looking God of Destruction, is the God of Destruction of Universe 2. So it would make perfect sense if that entire team consists of females. That'd be cool. There's certain things we don't really know about when it comes to other universes. We only know about Universe 10, but as of right now, that's kind of like a gag at this point with Kawasu and the bodybuilders with the protein shakes. Again, that could change, but we don't know. As of right now, I'm going about this. So, when it comes to the power scale in the tournament and after the tournament of power, I think it's going to go one or two ways. The ultimate question is this: do you think Gohan will surpass Goku if Goku goes into a new mode and Gohan goes into a new mode in the same arc? Answer that question, because before you answer that question, here comes my next. Do you think Gohan will outlast Goku by the end of the Tournament of Power? Yes or no? Because if you agree on that, then I think it's more than just a possibility. And listen, I said this over and over again. Gohan is not my top 5 characters, but even I will be the first to admit Gohan has one of the biggest roles in this arc to play. He's the team leader for a reason. He was entrusted to that by Goku, the strongest as of right now. I would say. So that goes a long way. Now, obviously, when it comes to power scaling, it may go one or two ways. Personally, if Goku actually does go into a new mode, I don't think Gohan will surpass him, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is who's going to outlast Goku, and it could come down to a case where Vegeta ends up outlasting Goku. I would be surprised. In fact, Vegeta said something in the previous episode that kind of like stuck with me, and it may happen at the end of the tournament, but it could come down to Goku versus Vegeta. And knowing Vegeta, he would fight Goku no problem, because he actually said, I will defeat Goku at the Tournament of Power. So that could be a case of that's what actually happened. So keep that in your mind. There's already dissension amongst the ranks of Universe 7, and that's not because obviously with Krillin and 18 threatening to leave the team, quote unquote. So obviously that's not going to last long. But the bottom line is Frieza. Will he go into his golden form? Will he not? Possibly, but if he does, what kind of impact will he have? I don't think they brought him back into the story just for the hell of it. No. He may even help out Gohan, because his hatred to what is really against Goku, not necessarily. I mean, he does hate the Saiyans, but not as much as Goku. So I think Frost is more of a chance of stabbing Universe 6 in the back than Frieza does. Regardless, even if he does stab Goku in the back, he can't kill him, because the moment he tries, he's going to be erased by Zeno. And Frieza shits his pants, or shits his tail, just thinking about Beerus. And Beerus shits himself thinking about Zeno. If you piss him off, you know what happens. You get erased. So don't expect Frieza to kill anybody, but I will not be shocked at all if he just decide to betray Goku and eliminate him. So keep that in mind too. I mean, there's different ways this can go. But I'm going to give you the prediction of the final 10 fights. In my opinion, coming from now, when it comes to the other teams, because I do think, obviously, they're going to give the spotlight to certain characters in Universe 7. And if I have to place my bet, it would be those 4, personally. I hate to say it, because I really do want to see other fighters in this tournament besides Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Frieza really cut loose. Like Piccolo and 17, I really want to see what they can do. 18 as well, although to be fair, I'm not too sure I like where the character of 18 and Krillin are going, because they had all that character development a couple of episodes ago, and now they're threatening to walk out the team just because. I know Goku, may have something to do with Goku BSing him, but the bottom line is, if you find out that your universe is going to be wiped out, and not just you, but Marin as well as everybody else is going to be erased in this universe, that makes even less sense to walk out. So I want to see what 18 can do in the tournament. Have to be eliminated from Universe 7 for there to be any type of danger in the Tournament of Power. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen. It may even come to a case where Goku may even end up being eliminated before Vegeta and Gohan. That's not the first time it's happened. In fact, in the Universe 6 arc, there was a case where Goku actually got eliminated by Frost. Yes, I know he's poisoned, but the bottom line is he's still lost. So that would not be a shocker to from Universe 6. I think it's going to be Hit, and Kale. That's my pick. That's my picks from Universe 6. I hope Khalifa's in there as well, but big part of me thinks she's going to go nuts, and she may even go nuts on her own team. And given the fact there's a love triangle involved between Kabe, or a triangle, I'm not going to say it's a love triangle yet, but between Kabe, Kale, and Khalifa, that may play a role in this tournament as well. So there's different things you can take into consideration. Frost, I think, is going to be treated like a scrub. I hope we actually get to see a Frieza versus Frost standoff. That'd be awesome. I think we can safely assume that Brianne from Universe 2, because she's the only one we see highlighted from Universe 2, we really don't know what fighters are going to be from other universes. Now, when it comes to the Pride Troopers, we only know 4 members of Team Universe 11. That being Topo, Dispo, Casserole, and of course Jiren. And obviously Jiren's going to be the one to fight with Goku, because we've seen it so many times in the opening. He's rumored to be the strongest, and it was stated by Topo that even though they're a data even, perhaps Jiren would be the one to surpass Goku. Topo being eliminated, although that's going to be a tough one. I think there's a good chance that Gohan actually fighting Topo more than anything else. But I do think it's going to be down to Jiren as the last remaining representative of Team Universe 11. And seeing as though it's the strong one, I think it may be one of the final 5. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if Jiren was the only one representing Team Universe 11 by the final 10, through Universe 10, because until we find out of any fighters of relevance, no. The character we've had a type of description for was Cicada, insect-like fighter that we're going to see apparently from Universe 3. Again, it reminds me of Imperfect Cell, so maybe he'll be a part of it, maybe not, we don't know. Universe 9 could be a part of the equation, hell no. And my final question is this: do you think that the animators and / Akira Toriyama kind of painting themselves into a corner by having 10 members? Because personally, the way it looks right now, and the fact they are teasing the idea of Krillin and 18 leaving the team as well. Majin Buu's already out. We know who's going to take his place. But it seems like the shuffling are coming up with ways to, like, even though I don't think Krillin and 18 are leaving the team fully, they're still playing with your expectations. So the limit to 10 fighters of each team was a bit too much, and maybe it was a mistake. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. Personally, I'd have been cool with 5 members of each team, but we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. I'll give you my predictions. One final thing to note, though: the more I think about the opening now, it's a little bit creepy to me, because if you notice the lineup of Team Universe 7, the Justice League shot we see, look at the 3 that's on the far left-hand corner. We see Buu, Krillin, and 18. What do those have in common? Well, one of those is already out of Team Universe 7, and 2 of them are rumored to leave Team Universe 7. So I thought, is that coincidence or not? Post your comments down below. That's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you did appreciate that. Comment down below your thoughts. Make your predictions. What do you think is going to happen with Total Power? It's going to be the last man standing. And who do you think is going to be the final 10 fighters when it comes to nut cutting time? Subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Ball Super. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.